Now, ambassadors for God going on missions to far-flung lands, tiny islands, carrying the teachings of a man gone for a quarter century. Well, they gathered together this weekend to remember and to remind themselves to stay in the moment. Next report by I-24 News religious affairs correspondent Mike Wagenheim and Yotam Confino explains.
They gathered from all corners of the globe to remember a legend and continue his legacy. Chabad, an Orthodox Jewish Hasidic movement, has become one of the largest Jewish organizations in the world, and their global emissaries, or shluchim, gathered this weekend for their annual conference to celebrate the posting of emissary number 10,000 from everywhere, from New York to New Zealand, from Ireland to the Ivory Coast, all of them on a mission from a man who passed away a quarter of a century ago, Menachem Mendel Schneerson, known simply as the Rebbe, arguably the most influential Jewish leader of the 20th century.
Our life mission is to give back to the Jewish people. And I don't see any other way, in any other position for me to be active and contribute to the Jewish people in this way.
The more far you are physically is an indication that you're even closer spiritually. In other words, sometimes the beauty is to be found in a place you'd least expect it.
The weekend started with a pilgrimage to the Rebbe's resting place called the Ohel in Queens, New York, paying tribute to a man that many of the younger emissaries never met.
We have a shared purpose, not that we necessarily will ever forget that purpose, but spending time with people that are doing the same things over and over around the world in 100 countries, in every single of the 50 states of the United States, being part of this bigger picture, each one of us being our own part, playing our own role.
It's not about his corporeal, it's not about his body, it's about his legacy, it's about his teachings, about his spirit. And the reality is that the Rebbe's teachings, his legacy, his spirit is more alive now than it ever was.
And that mandate means bringing the Rebbe's unique brand of positivity into the world and bridging the divides of world Jewry, something celebrated during the conference concluding gala.
Optimists live longer than pessimists by on average 11 to 15 years. And what's amazing about this gathering is that Chabad is renowned for inclusivity and for its welcoming nature and its unconditional love. But an additional layer of Chabad's magnetic draw and its infectious and contagious gathering of people is its emphasis on positivity and optimism. Chabad emphasizes soul, and at the level of soul, we are all one. We transcend differences. We transcend opinions, ideologies, levels of knowledge, background, observance, and so forth.
Mike Wagenheim, I-24 News.